Hello and welcome. It's Dollar Tree time again. Technically next week, but I hit only a couple stores. I'm going to run out today and see if I can find anything, if anybody else has. So this is going to be some new Dollar Tree, last wave, and a thrift store pickup. Starting out with the thrift store pickup. Got a CD soundtrack, Hollywood Soundtracks, presented, Blockbuster Video presents. It was the main reason I got this is because Blockbuster, since there's only one left, might as well get the soundtrack. You can see tracks on there. Gloria Estefan from The Specialist, Turn the Beat Around. Jimmy Cliff from Cool Runnings, I Can See You Clearly Now. Vince Gill from Maverick, Ophelia. Michael Bolton from Only You, Once in a Lifetime. The Pogues, Blown Away from Blown Away, Tuesday Morning. Aretha Franklin from Sister Act 2, A Deeper Love. Crash Test Dummies from the Flintstones, In the Days of the Caveman. Richard Marx from The Getaway, Now and Forever. Harry Connick Jr. from The Mask, I Could Only Whisper Your Name. And Mary Chapin Carpenter from It Could Happen to You, I Feel Lucky. So, that was kind of neat find. I usually just glance through the CDs, and I was lucky. There was another one I wanted. I opened it up, and the wrong disc was inside. So, unfortunately, I didn't get to grab that. While I was standing in the thrift store, this guy kept walking over and just dumping like 3 movies in there at a time. So, it was like every time he dumped something, I kind of walk back over, check and see what he got. But I found Tyler Perry, The Play Collection, which is Medea Gets a Job. Now, this is something Miranda's probably interested in. I believe it did have artwork on it, yeah. Some artwork on there. This was the big find here. The minute I saw him drop this, I just ran over and grabbed it and looked to it. And other than the slipcase that's on this, all the discs are perfectly mint. And that is season 1 through 3, 10-disc set of The Universe from the History Channel. Ended up paying $4 for this. I opened it up. 4 different sets. Alright, so it's 1, 2, and then 3. So season 2 has 4, and the other 2 seasons have 3 discs. I do believe, did they? Yeah, hey, a little bit of artwork on there. Let's see, the other seasons any different? Those kind of look the same. A little bit different planets. Yeah, this one's blue, but they do a different little bit on it. But I was very surprised when they dump stuff out. But since I go there so much, the guy told me he was doing me a pretty good deal on that. Found a Disney title, Schoolhouse Rock Election Collection Limited Edition. Had to put it in a newer case. The case was nasty, but as you can see, a little bit of something up here on the top of it. But other than that, that was the only thing wrong. Nice little bit of artwork on it. This one here was still sealed, so that was great. The Roswell Crash, Startling New Evidence, hosted by Bryant Gumbel, featuring bonus material and shocking new proof, as seen on the Sci-Fi Channel. I like these science fiction things there. No. This one here, I'm very surprised. The cast hadn't heard of this, but once I read about it, it seemed really wonderful. It's called Wonderland, with Val Kilmer, Kate Bosworth, Lisa Kudrow, Josh Lucas, and Dylan McDermott. And the events are true. The story escaped. They weren't as lucky. In the afternoon of July 1st, 1981, Los Angeles police responded to a distress call on Wonderland Avenue and discovered a gruesome quadruple homicide. The police investigation that followed uncovered two versions of the events leading up to the brutal murders, both involving legendary porn actor John Holmes. You're about to experience both versions. That was like a selling point. I really want to check this out. Great cast, very interesting. Watch the trailer. The trailer looked great. It's a nice little 2-disc set. And then the other find, these were both sealed. Season 1 was brand new sealed. Season 2 was sealed used and had a sticker on it stating that it was used. And that is the complete first season and the complete second and final season of Legend of the Seeker. Both with slipcase. I'd heard of this show, and I don't remember if I've actually watched it before or I just saw some of it. But yeah, nice. Quite a bit of discs. But I checked the discs on the second season because I was giving it a shot, and they were fine. So I was very happy about that. Couldn't beat that, 2 seasons. Because when I found this one first, then I found that, and I'm like, okay, now I'll get it, because now it's complete. I'm done with it. I don't need it anymore. Okay, so this next stack is from the old. Now, everything I've already shown was from the thrift store. Now I'm starting with Dollar Tree Old Wave. I grabbed 2 books to start with, and that is The Avengers Serpent Society. This is different from the other one that I had grabbed. And this wasn't even in the right section. I just found this laying around, and I picked it up, and I'm like, oh, it looks actually interesting. Head Games, a graphic novel. US, $19.99. So I'll give it a shot for $1. All right, so novel. Now, on the movies. Mill Creek title first here, and the Very Best of Television, the Cisco Kid. I like these Very Best of Television packagings. I don't know why. They're very simple, but they look good on the shelf because they're all pretty much simple like this, and simple artwork. They all kind of look, other than the movie it's portraying. This one scanned up as a different one saying I have it, but the other one I have is a 2-disc set, so something screwy in there. But the Cisco Kid. Another title I hadn't seen anywhere is Junior Detective Agency, Kids Plus Dog Equal Big Adventure. This is from Screen Media. It kind of looked like a decent little family film. Birdie and Bogey, a father's journey to fulfill his daughter's dream. Golf movie. Pure Flicks. The Mercy, Colin Firth, Rachel Weisz. Had to grab that for Colin Firth. Be very good. That is, well, I can't even see who's this. Screen Media. An animated one I've seen around, but I guess I had never picked it up before, and that is Tall Tales from the Magical Garden of Antoon Krings. Drifter, Outsider, Cricket Hero. Kate Mara and Justin Long. Justin Long I like, so hopefully the voices, the animation looks pretty decent. Looking on the back. And this one has slip. So Revolution, Universal. Looks pretty interesting. A Stunning Adventure. Looks kind of like a documentary. From the director of Sharkwater, winner of 36 awards. On here, Nickelodeon original movie, The Last Day of Summer. Something else I hadn't seen in any of the Dollar Trees or anything. A little artwork on there. Just kind of noticed on his skateboard. Florida. Actually, I think that said something about that. No, it didn't say. Something said something. The last one from the old wave that I personally picked up is The White King. I did see other people grab this before. The few I did see were kind of trashed up. I do recognize this lady here from True Blood. Played a witch or somebody who had power. I think she was a witch. And now on to the trades from the last Dollar Tree. Now I don't know if he got all these from Dollar Tree, but these were traded from to that. I have seen this title in Big Lots, so if you're interested in this is at Big Lots. Don't remember exactly how much, but it is a season, so could be 8 or less for the most part, I guess. And that is Dig Season 1. Next one I got here, he had, I think, this one for a while for me, and that is the Jolly Holiday Collection. The Year Without a Santa Claus, A Miser Brothers Christmas, and Elf, Buddy's Musical Christmas, with the slip. Nice, with the slip on that too. 3 classic. I always like these kind of claymation animated looking ones. Also, finally had come across and got a copy of Toxic Crusaders television series volume 1. Still kind of curious about popping this in and watching. Really seems kind of odd that they would do a children's cartoon from Trauma. But finally got a hold of that. This I was happy about because the thrift store I'd mentioned in another video, I found season 1. So now I have season 2, and that is Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Very happy about that. Bump that up a little bit. Another one. This is, I think, the one who's holding because this was a sequel to another one that I had that I did not know about. The Secret World of Santa. I was glad he let me know about that. Now I've got the 2. I found me one of the Olive film titles, and that is the Yusuf Trilogy Milk, basically. Spine 311. There was another one out of this trilogy. He said he just couldn't find it at the time. This is from Turkey, English subtitles. But it's weird that they changed the logo where it's sideways. I like the way they're using it now more than that one. But another one of that. And the Blu-rays that I got from him. This one I had found, but I was holding off because he had it on with a slip cover. I had never found one with a slip, and that was Trick. So I wanted to get a slip cover on there. So, glad to get that with a slip. Then I had this on DVD. I comboed it now, and that is Neverland on Blu-ray. Nice shiny sleeve. Another one that he grabbed for me that I never found was Gringo. It was Charlize Theron, Amanda Seyfried, Joel Egerton, David Oyelowo. Ooh, that's a rough one. But another one with a slip, so that was nice. Season 4 of the BBC Ripper Street on Blu-ray. Don't remember if I actually had this on DVD or not, but I do know I have at least another Ripper Street. And the last one that I got from him from the last wave is Olive title that I did find on DVD, but now I've got the Blu-ray to go with, and that is That's My Man, Spine 770. I have noticed now with the Olive titles, with the spine numbers, the DVD spine number comes first, and the Blu-ray comes after. Oh, just if you're looking for spine numbers, I don't know if you can really see, but the DVD is 769, where the Blu-ray is 770. So it goes up one. I've got another one that I already have like that I have both the DVD and the Blu-ray, and the DVD is the lower digit number. So that's nice. Now, this is new Dollar Tree stuff that I've already picked up that's supposed to be for the wave for the 11th. The store I stopped in that is not part of my route because it is too far away. But if I'm in that area at any point, I try to stop. I wanted to stop at more, but my wife was with me, so I was limited to 3 stores. The first store I went into is basically where everything was found. I only found like a couple from another store. The second store had nothing. The third store I went into, I found one movie that I didn't have, but I did see, and it was part of the last wave. I had it in my hand. I was like, I'll just pick this one up. I don't have it. And saw an employee walking out with stuff in his hand. He didn't have a huge stack. He had a small stack, you know, probably about 6, 7 movies. And I'm sitting there looking, and I'm like, oh, that's the new stuff. And he's like, yeah. He goes, but it doesn't come out until the weekend. So he's saying, as of today, since this is Saturday, it is supposed to be put out. And I'm like, well, it's supposed to be put out on the 11th, so you're a week early. So he checked out. I thought he was going to leave, but he kind of hung for a second. And then I asked the woman, I was like, she goes, did you want to look through them? I'm like, yeah. Can I? So she asked him, and he goes, yeah. He goes, there's 12 boxes in the back in a cart. And I'm like, I want to go and look. So she goes back there, disappears, comes back. I can't find them. I was like, well, I can go back with you. I was like, I won't go in the back room. I was like, I'll stand by the back door. And she goes, I was like, I'm not going in the back room. It's like, going, I'll stand at the back so you don't have to drag them all the way back to the front of the store. I was like, that's 12 boxes. We get back there and she's like, come back here. I don't know what you're looking for. I don't know what the box is. I'm like, okay. I walk through. We're looking at the U-boats and I'm like, no. And I said, he said something about shopping carts. So we looked in another door in the back storeroom, and sure enough, she noticed the shopping cart, and I was like, oh yeah, that's it. So she goes, come on back. So she stood there while I went through them. So I was trying to be nice, and she was nice enough to let me go back there and look. So I just kind of glanced through them, grabbed very little stuff, only because I grabbed so much at the first store. I didn't want to take a lot from this one, since they were nice enough to let me in. Let me see. I will try to find. That was that one. Believe that one. That one. This one. I'm going to show you what I grabbed at the last store first. I do believe this was. I mean, I only grabbed a couple extra from the store, but not very much. Just because I knew I would go out and I can look for some others. But to start with, this is the title I was originally grabbing that I did see from before, and that is a Good Times one. I believe the one that I found before was kind of damaged up, so I kind of skipped it. December 7th, The Fleet That Came to Stay. See the events that brought us into the war. So, this is what I was originally just going to get until I saw the employee getting some new stuff. Because I was kind of thinking, when he goes, oh, it's not supposed to come out, but I'm thinking, yeah, but you're getting it, so why can't I get any? But they were nice enough, so I was very happy about that. This one, no, I don't think that one was from there. I don't think that one was from there either. So, okay. This one I did see in the first store, but it was loose, so I skipped it. I believe this was in the last wave. Never found it, didn't see anybody find it. And every one I found at this store, going through those 12 boxes, were loose. Finally found that one, it wasn't. so I was happy. And she was impressed that I was going through the boxes pretty quick, and I was like, I've seen these titles so much, I know what I'm kind of spotting. And the one I picked up here was Lost in the Pacific with Brandon Roth. So I was kind of wanting to find this. Very happy to find one that wasn't loose. I mean, I would have taken a loose one if it had been later on in the wave, depending, just to give it a shot. And the last one that I picked up at that store that wasn't something that was, I picked up double. And like I said, I only grabbed like 1 or 2 titles extra. This is something I hadn't seen, and this seems to be pretty decent. Widescreen edition, Mrs. Henderson Presents, starring Judi Dench, Bob Hoskins, Christopher Guest, Kelly Riley. 2005 Academy Award nominee, Best Actress, Judi Dench. The show must go on, but the clothes must come off. This kind of seems interesting. So I've only seen one title of this one so far out of the 2 stores. You know, I went through 12 boxes, so I only saw this once. Now everything I'm showing is what I grabbed at the first store. So some of these titles I did see in the other store, but I didn't grab. Like I said, I was trying to be very weak on what I'm grabbing. This first one here I grabbed just because I saw it said Lego Batman. Grabbed it, but now notice that it's different. The Blu-rays and the DVD is the same. I will point out the little difference, but I mean, I didn't put the Blu-ray in, but it's the same number. That is the Lego Batman movie. This one is says it's Mexico. The shrink wrapped with the slip sleeve on it. The slip sleeve is really nice. It's the same kind of cardboard on the back, but on the front it's like a plastic. Except for the first 3 main characters and a couple of the villains are not covered in this coating. So you can kind of hear a scratchiness on it. It's kind of interesting. So I like the cover. This is the version that we were getting. So a different cover. Back is basically the same. The sleeve fits nice and snug on there. Now, like I said, the Blu-ray disc is identical to the one that we already have. I mean, these are little details that some of you like to know about, unless you're trying to collect difference. Now, I'll just pop the disc. Now, this is the Blu-rays. This is the one out of the Mexican version. This is the US version. Now the numbers are around the edge of the disc, so they are identical, so it's the same. The number matches, the artwork all matches. Now the artwork on this disc, on the DVD disc, is different, but that was the only one I put in the player because of that. But it plays in English, so there is technically nothing different. But you see, now this is the American one, the US version. And this is the Mexican version. You see it's got region 1 and 4 printed on it. Doesn't say movie down at the bottom like this one, and up at the top it is written in Spanish underneath there. So there's a few little differences, but I thought that was kind of cool. Not to mention the sleeves, really pretty nice. And let's put that one back in there. But I did find that at both stores, so that might be, like I said, I only found one copy at, I think, each store, so that may be very rare. Okay, another one. I already had this on DVD, but wanted the Blu-ray. It's part of the Magnolia stuff, so Magnolia, Magnet, I want both. I don't know why. I do not combo these. These are the only ones I kind of don't combo. But this still had a slip, and that is the Hero of Color City. And one of the big draws for this is it is in a yellow case. Don't ever see yellow, but has a coloring pad. I mean, you pull the sleeve out and it's you can color it, the kids. But to me, the yellow is kind of neat there. Then I found Centurion. Voodoo code still worked. Just for a heads up. It seems that the ones that are the Voodoo code is actually printed on this stuff, the codes still go through. And did that with the last ones, and 2 of them with this one. So this one looked pretty interesting. Another one that I actually picked this magnet title up here from Dollar General when I saw it. So now I've got the Blu-ray, and that is Nature Calls. So this is floating around. So this definitely seems to be a Magnolia wave of titles, which is fine for me. So some of us can start upgrading from the DVDs that we got to the Blu-rays, along with this one, God Bless America. So now I've got the Blu-ray, and we had all picked up DVDs before. New one here, I hadn't seen. Force Majeure, if I'm pronouncing it right. It is a I think this was Swedish. A Swedish film from Magnolia. Does say language Swedish, English, French. So I don't have to subtitle. Another title I found at that first store, The Coalition. Do not remember if I think this was common too. I think they were all at least in the store a little bit. Like I said, only 2 stores I actually saw anything. And the first store only had stuff on the end cap by the register. So that's where I was looking when I did find these. And I think this was in the last haul as a DVD. But since it's Blu-ray now, I grabbed it. Letters to God. Might be a pretty good little family film. It's absolutely amazing, a beautiful movie, a wonderful story. Then the next 2, I was totally surprised that I even saw these, and they were right next to each other. So I'm assuming that this is the way they're going to be packed, because I guess they just pulled them out of the box, stuck them on the shelf. And that is Disney's title, the live action Dumbo on DVD. So this, I think, makes the third Disney title I've ever found at a Dollar Tree. The first one I found was way over a year ago, and that was Babes in Toyland. No digital code, but Disney reward points. So that was in the first. This one is also just the Disney digital point rewards, and that is Mary Poppins Returns on DVD. So I did not have this one yet in my collection until I upgrade to Blu-ray, but got an extra 100 points for both, 100 points each for both of those into my rewards to build up. Now, another Magnolia title, I Love You Both. Like I said, kind of doesn't matter if I don't have it on Magnet or Magnolia. I'm going to just kind of grab it and give it a shot and just kind of build up this studio collection. This one looks pretty interesting. The ones I did see on this, somebody else had picked this up and sent me a photo as well. It seems that this one does have a slip for those. It's a nice looking slip. Excuse me. And that is Permanent, with Patricia Arquette and Rainn Wilson. It's about the girl. She gets picked on. The trailer looks pretty funny. She ends up getting a perm, getting teased at school. The hairstyles are temporary, family is forever. Well, that looked interesting. And another one, which this one I had on Blu-ray, which I didn't have the DVD, which I'm glad, because it actually it had the sticker on here for Voodoo, and I did not have a digital. So now I've got the digital in there as well, and that is Kill Me 3 Times with the slip. So once again, just in case you were looking for like the digital copies as well. So that one went. This is a nice double feature magnet title, as The Bodyguard and The Bodyguard 2, featuring Ong Bak's Tony Jaa. A nice double feature. This is the second double feature I've gotten. I think the first, I can't remember, the first one was on Magnolia. Might be Magnolia, not Magnet. But that was both on the same. This one actually is 2 separate discs. Real nice about that. Last magnet title that I picked up is Occupy Unmask. Kind of hard to see. This is that mask that they've been using for Anonymous. So I'm kind of curious about that. Yeah, the artwork on the cover is all binary numbers, looks like. Oh no, there's some letters. It's all at least text on the cover. I don't know if you can really see, but there's that one. Then I found 2 from a new studio that I hadn't seen, so I grabbed them, figured I'd give them a shot. And this is from Art House Films, spine number 11, Obscene, a portrait of Barney Rossett and Grove Press. This one is a documentary, literature. is what it stated. So the main color seems to be represented. You see the color wheel. And on the back it has it, but it has different things in there. It's like green is fine art, orange is, man, I can't see that printing is so tiny. Design, blue is film, kind of a gray is photography, red is architecture. Looks like a dark brown, music. This burgundy is literature, and then purple is performance. So I guess I kind of do a different kind of color code to set your thing up. The other one I picked up from the same studio is Spine 14, and that color code is green, so this is fine art, and it's called Next, the premiere on urban painting. This was the first one I saw, and this one actually seemed more interesting to me, but since there was a different one, I figured I'd go ahead and go for it. You can see them together, how the colors are different. Look kind of close in the camera, but they are different color. So they do different color. Boom. New studio showing up. IFC title that I did not have. Wildling. Discover your true nature. Grabbed it because it was IFC, which is another label kind of like grabbing. It was also from Scream Factory. But Liv Tyler is in this. So that was a name I noticed after while I was taking all the plastic off everything. Did find a new animated one here, and that is Kajudo. Rise of the Duel Masters Dragon Strike. This has 5 episodes. This is a Shout Factory release with the slip, and it also includes, if you guys are into these, playing card. Herald of Infernus. So it was actually stuck to this little card, but I took it off because I don't like that gummy ness on there. And almost done. With this from Vertical is Polaroid. Evil Develops, from the producer of It and It Chapter 2. So that was definitely something glad to kind of find. Looks interesting. I just kind of noticed that it says do not press. Found a new holiday one here. Is Beethoven's Christmas Adventure. The Lodgers. Don't remember. This is from Raven Banner. Looks kind of interesting. Because if you notice, the reflection is not the same person. There's a woman, there's a man. And the last one I grabbed, I do have coming on Blu-ray. So I just grabbed this just to grab it because I hadn't seen it, just in case. And that is Mission of Honor. And some plastic is still on it. So that was the beginning of this video, was the thrift store. then new last wave Dollar Tree, trades from Dollar Tree, and then the very end of this was all new Dollar Tree wave. Gonna head out today and see if a couple stores have anything. If they don't, I'm not gonna keep pushing myself. This is the bad thing. But hopefully this helps anybody look for a few titles that they're looking for, to see what's out there, possibly find. But odds are you're gonna find some Magnolia titles for sure. Disney, that's one reason I really wanted to go through those 12 boxes at that other store. But out of those 12 boxes, I didn't see any of them. So, and they were barely picked out. I think that guy the employee, he only took a couple titles and he didn't have any Disney. So there was only a few titles maybe missing out of those boxes. So the Disney ones seem to be very hard. At this point, like I said, I've only been to 3. 1 didn't have anything out yet, and well, 2 didn't have anything out. 1 was boxes. So best of luck to you. Hopefully within today through the next week or so, you find what you're looking for. Good hunting.